Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good day in the market. Again, we've got another down day, 800 points or so. Another tough day, another opportunity to buy. The title tonight is Who's Broke? We're going to talk about that a little bit more after we look at a few things and talk about what we did today. But it's really not about who's broke, it's about what's broke. So we're going to get into that a little bit later in the video. But let's go ahead and jump in to see what was done today, what happened today. So let's go ahead and cut over to our portfolio. And let's go here. Here's our portfolio. Didn't buy anything new today. Did add to some things though. Added to my QQQ. Added a little early on some things because I didn't really think it was going to go down 800. When it was down about 500, I added to some things. QQQ, I added some at 218. I added some VTI at 161. As you can see, they're both closed lower than that. EXAS, I added to that as well at 8620. So those are the trades I made today. I didn't sell anything. The market did start up a little bit green this morning, as you can see here. Just barely green, but we didn't want to try to sell. It wasn't worth selling at that point. So and from there it just went down, downhill from all the way. The rest of the markets did settle down a little bit around here, around 230 or so. It finally settled down and kind of stayed right in that same area. Went up and down a couple of times, but did end up closing down for 879 for the day. So that's 2 days that we've lost a lot of money in the market. I wanted to go over here to CNBC and show you this article here. Coronavirus wipes out 1.7 trillion in U.S. stock market value in 2 days. Notice it says the coronavirus did that. Then that's what I wanted to talk to everybody about tonight is what's broke here? What is broke? And when you start to think about what's broke, it's not us that's broke. We're not broke. I'm not talking about we're out of money. Now, we put a lot of money in the market the last 2 days because it has fallen so much. And some of us have probably lost a lot of money the last few days in the market as well. That article says it was 1.7 trillion stock market value has gone down. Now I ask you, is this virus really done that to all these companies? Because that's what the stock market is. It's a bunch of companies. And to think that there's $1.7 trillion less of worth out there, it's just really, when you sit down and think about it, it's kind of silly. So we got to look at it. What's broke? What's broke? Is the market broke? And I think right now we can answer that question is yes, it's broke. It's been broke the last 2 days. I mean, 1,000-point drop and an 800 and something point drop. That's definitely a broke market. Next, you got to ask yourself, is your stocks broke? Are your stocks broke? And some of us are probably answering yes, the stocks are broke because they're going down, right? Anytime you have these bad days like that, you feel like your stocks are broke. And so the next question that you really need to ask yourself, are these companies that you are now part owner of, are these companies broke? And I think that the resounding answer to that would be no, they're not broke. This virus has caused a lot of fear in the market. Our companies are not broke. The stocks might be, the market might be, but these companies are not broke. Now, will this impact some of these companies? Sure it will, to some degree. But we are not to the point where it should be causing trillions of dollars worth of value coming off of these companies. This is strictly fear, and this is what I've talked to you about before, is how fear drives the market and how fear drives people to sell. And you're going to be doing the opposite of what everybody else is doing. And that's not an easy thing to do when you're seeing this market go down, and you know people are selling. That's why it's going down, because there's a lot of sellers out there. But we have got to be the salmon that's swimming upstream, right? We want to be opposite of them, and that's a different mindset. Because most of us want to follow the pack, we want to follow the crowd, that kind of thing. But we don't want to do that when we're in trading and doing stocks. We want to go the opposite. So today we bought again, and tomorrow we'll buy some more. But you just don't know when this will end as far as the drop goes. That's why you keep this cash on the sideline. And again, you don't want to spend it all at one time. Now, there's been a lot of money put to work in the last couple of days. We're going to put some more to work tomorrow if it drops again. So we'll continue to do that till we just can't put any more to work. That's not a good place to be. You want to have some cash, and don't get to the point where you have no cash, but maybe you've got cash that you don't really want to put to work, okay, at some point. So that's okay if you got that, but you don't ever want to be completely out of cash, especially when you're retired, because you're going to need that cash while this market recovers. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Let's go ahead and take a look at what our stocks did today, and then we'll go and look at the market as well. Hang on just a second. So here we are, our portfolio. Let's go back to the portfolio here. We of course, anytime you have a market that goes down 800 points, your portfolios are going to be down in most cases. Let me show you what ours looks like here. It's coming up. I want to kind of give you a little info too on one of the news articles I saw today on Peloton. Peloton's the only green one we got. Okay, but this is how ridiculous the news gets on these things. I saw Peloton was up because people were not going to be going to the gyms anymore. So if you believe that, I got some Peloton stock I want to sell you. So don't believe the hype. See here, I don't know if that was it, but just know that you see all kinds of articles when you're reading these things. You got to have a mindset where you keep your sanity, because these folks on these websites and these folks on CNBC, they don't keep their sanity. They've got to talk all day when they're on TV. You got to hand it to them. They got to talk all day, so they got to say something. But don't worry about it. Just when this market goes down, you just gotta ride it out and look for opportunity. And there's plenty of opportunity right now. You see here, all our stocks were down pretty much. Some of them down. As GBTC was down another 10%. I didn't add to that one. That's the Bitcoin Trust. I don't mind purchasing some of that, but I'm not going to put a whole lot into it. Bitcoin is, risky anyway, so we don't put a whole lot into that one. Probably won't be cost averaging that one at all. The triple Qs, we did buy some more, like I said. VTI bought some more of that. X is down to 8.50 now. That's about 50 cents away from where I am going to cost average. If it hits $8, I'm going to cost average some more on that, especially in my cash account. Peloton, again, the only one green one we had today. Novavax, it was held up pretty good today. It's $7.95, was down 22 cents. It's at that $8 mark. It's back to that $8 support level, on and off, right below it. So that's not very bad day for that one. We'll take that. If they have any kind of news come out that they're working on that virus, they're going to skyrocket for the day. But I'm still waiting on that P3 test that they're doing with their drug called NanoFlu. It could come out. The news could come out any day. There is a conference next month that the guy's going to speak at. So last year what happened was they came out on the 28th of February with the news, and then he spoke at that same conference last year. So may have some news coming out any day on that one. We were really hoping for some good news on that one this time around. MPC down again today, another 5% just about. I'll probably add to that one again tomorrow if it's down anymore. EXAS, we did buy a little bit more of that today in one of my other accounts. And then CLF and ACB, we did not buy any of those, but they were down again today. So we're gonna just kind of watch the market tomorrow. Let's go ahead and jump over to our CNBC and look at the markets. Let's see here. Again, everything was red today. Now we're looking at the Nikkei down 1.18%. Shanghai and Hong Kong, they're not open right now, but they were all down yesterday as well. So this virus has just got everybody upset, and so we're just gonna have to ride this out. That's what you have to do in cases like this. Oil up a little bit here. It looks like it was down for the day though, because it was 51, I think, something last. Yeah, oil falls 3%. So oil fell too. And then our pre-market, let's see what our pre-market looks like. Our pre-market, we're showing red across the board with this. So, but it's pretty close to flat. So maybe tomorrow we can get our footing tomorrow. Hopefully we don't have another 800-point day. We don't need too many more of those. But if it does, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more patient and wait towards the end of the day instead of the middle of the day. But that's the only regret I have today when I bought is that I just got in there just a little bit too early. Should have been a little bit more patient. But I really didn't think it was going to go down 800. I thought it maybe 500 or so, and then I thought it might even pop up from there because it did start the day green, and I thought we might have a chance to start working our way back after it dipped a little bit. But what happened was once it got past the low of the previous day, it just dropped off from that point. So no support there, and so we're looking for support, and I'm not sure where that's going to be, but that's okay. We're going to ride it out, and we'll be purchasing things all the way down. And it may be a while. We may not be turning around any of this stuff anytime soon, and that's the way it goes. Sometimes you just have to wait it out. You can't make a trade every week sometimes, but that's always the goal. We're not going to give up on that yet. It's just Tuesday, so yeah, we're not going to give up on that yet. Definitely, probably not going to make a sale by Wednesday, unless there's a great turnaround tomorrow. All right, but again, what's broke right now is the market's broke. Our stocks may be broke, but these companies that we're holding are not broke. So that's the main thing. We got to remember that. Keep that in mind. We're not broke. Our shares may be down in price. Our portfolios have gone down probably thousands of dollars, but that doesn't make you broke. It's the old saying that you don't lose a dime until you sell something. So as long as you're not selling for a loss, you haven't lost a thing. Dow futures just turned green, so we'll be looking at that tomorrow, first thing in the morning, and hopefully everything's going to get a little bit better tomorrow. Appreciate you watching the video. Thanks for subscribing. If you've subscribed, if you haven't, please click that subscribe button. And other than that, have a better day tomorrow in the market. And remember that the only thing broke here is the market and these stocks, not the companies. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.